I have a question. How do you end up in a situation where you, your father, and your homeboy get arrested for robbing the head of the label just because you want to get out of your record deal? Let's talk about it. What's poppin', people? My name is Cole Jackson. This is the STEM Society. Welcome back. All right, let's break down this Pooh Shiesty situation because this shit sounds crazy to me. Pooh Shiesty, his father, and Big 30 all was arrested this week because of an elaborate plan to rob and kidnap Gucci Mane. That's right. They robbed and kidnapped this nigga. And what was the motive behind it? Getting Pooh Shiesty out of his deal. I can't make this shit up if I wanted to. They sit up here and got Gucci in Texas at a studio, which was supposed to be a meeting where they were supposed to negotiate some things. Well, I guess they pulled out the guns and said, that's all the negotiation we need. Now, the DOJ held a press conference and they actually broke down the evidence that was there to prove that Pooh Shiesty and crew robbed Gucci Mane. Listen to the evidence that they found.
Some of the evidence, just some, establishing the defendant's roles in the federal offense. This is as follows. Electronic monitoring data placing Williams Jr. at the offense location, which would put him in violation of his home detention conditions. Cell phone records and license plate reader data corroborating the coordinated travel of multiple defendants from Memphis, Tennessee to Dallas. Rental car records confirming Williams Sr. rented a vehicle that was used by the group. Surveillance footage from the offense location, a nearby office supply store, and a hotel where several of the defendants stayed following the offense. Fingerprint evidence as well that was recovered from the crime scene, matching at least two of the defendants. Social media posts by defendants displaying what appears to be stolen property just in the days following the offense. Greyhound bus records confirming the travel of multiple defendants from Dallas to Memphis the day after the offense.
Why didn't you just wear a sign that says I did it? Robbing somebody with your ankle monitor on is basically the same thing. The internet is talking about this because this looked really desperate. And it's like they took a page out of the 90s. Like they called up Suge Knight to get this done, or figure out how to get this plan done. I don't understand how it got to this point with Gucci. I thought things were all cool with them. Apparently, and I don't know how true this is because this is in a lot of the articles that I've been reading, but apparently Yo Gotti and CMG were showing interest in Pooh Shiesty. They wanted to sign him, and this was one of the main reasons why they did this. Now, I don't know how true that is. I'm just going off of what the news stories are saying. On top of that, Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti haven't had the best relationship here recently. So I don't know if Gotti pushed him to do this or this was something that he thought he had to do to be able to get signed to Gotti. But either way, you out here looking real desperate right now. And now you're going to probably lose your life because you did something very stupid. Which brings me to, why is your father involved? What type of parental guidance is this? Your dad is in the middle of this too? None of this looks good for anybody. Shiesty included. He's been arrested, I think, in the last 10 years, 3 times. How is it that you haven't learned how to do crime right and you've been in jail a few times before this? All of this looks crazy to me, man. I don't think that it was worth losing your life, losing your livelihood to go to prison again, bruh. And if I'm being real, if you was dumb enough to rob Gucci Mane like this, maybe you deserve to be in prison for all of this time. For a very long time, people have been saying that 1017 is cursed. And I went and looked up all of the incidents that happened since Gucci Mane has started this label. And to be honest with you, I think the curse thing is correct. Look at this pattern right here. Big Scar passed away. Fujiano, he got locked up. Enchanting, she passed away. And he had Big West. Big West had a jail situation as well. Before they were signed to Gucci, doesn't really seem like they had problems. Once they got on the 1017 label, all hell broke loose, including Pooh Shiesty. Soon as Pooh Shiesty signed, that nigga went off to jail. So it feels like it was inevitable that it was going to get to this point with Gucci Mane, because that label has been nothing but an anchor to him for the past, ever since he started it. And then that takes me back to something that I remember he did in 2024. Watch this video of him releasing everybody off of his label.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Listen, I wanted to make this announcement on 10/17 yesterday, but I just seen like my statement, my P&L with all my artists. You know, it's almost like a whole bunch of shake-up and it's a whole shit show in the industry right now. But when I look at my P&L and me being a businessman, I think that I'm gonna have to release almost all my artists except for Pooh Shiesty and Fujiano. This is a decision I didn't want to make. I thought about it, you know what I'm saying? I could keep all of them under the contract. But I said, hey, fuck it. Let's just make the unselfish decision and, let them take their talents elsewhere. So today, you know what I'm saying, I already reached out to all of my artists, you know what I'm saying, to their lawyers and whatever, and let them know that they're free to take their talents elsewhere. And I'm still looking for new talent to pair up with, you know what I'm saying, Pooh and Foo, and that's where I'm gonna put my focus. And I just wish them the best. And I just want to let everybody know that, because, hey, that's where we at.
That whole situation was strange to me because, again, all of those things that happened with those artists, him letting all of the rest of the artists go, and then a month later, him and his wife are actually on Instagram flexing, trying to sign the next new artist for $1 million off top. I don't know what kind of deals these artists were getting. I don't know where all of this stuff stands when it comes to him being a label exec. But I can tell you right now, Gucci don't need to do nothing else when it comes to labels. I think this is the wake-up call. He needs to be able to stay away from signing anybody else. I think he should just stick to doing music. Now, another thing that I found funny throughout this whole thing was people calling Gucci Mane a snitch, because apparently he was the one who led the feds to the arrest of Pooh Shiesty. Can I be honest with y'all for a second? Gucci ain't been in the streets for years. What do y'all expect? Did y'all expect this man to keep street code? Hello, have we been watching the same thing? Niggas don't hold street code no more. Snitching is acceptable. Telling your pillow talking is acceptable. Niggas telling is acceptable. We've already let the street code shit go years ago. Talk to Tekashi 6ix9ine right now. So when people call Gucci Mane a snitch, I look at it like this. If you've been a millionaire for longer than 5 years, I think you just have a right to tell on somebody. Want to know why? Because you don't want to die. You don't want to die and stop enjoying your millions of dollars. I'm sorry, but at this point in his life, where he is as far as a family man and then being exposed to being bipolar, having kids, all of this shit, I think Gucci earned the right to snitch on somebody. And I think it's okay. Look, let me tell you right now. Once I earn over $1 million, you niggas are toast. If you try some shit with me, you're done. I'm sorry. I gotta tell on you. Want to know why? Because I ain't never had $1 million before. Never been a millionaire before. Sometimes street code just don't mean shit anymore. After the whole Young Thug situation and the Gunna situation, I think we're okay to start telling on people because money outweighs the streets these days. This is my last thing, and I'm just going to keep it as brief as possible. Are we to the point now where these artists are taking it back to the old school 90s ways of doing shit? Like, is the newer artists really trying to live out their raps like that? Because it really feels like Pooh Shiesty was living out his raps. I don't know if y'all have listened to Pooh Shiesty music before. As good as it may be, I'm pretty sure 90% of that shit is real. I'm sure of it. But it's scary out here right now, man. These new artists don't give a fuck about nobody no more. And it's like, whose fault is that? Is it the OG's fault? Is it how they're raised? Is it the fact that niggas really want to live that lifestyle and don't care no more? Pooh Shiesty should be out here making music, bro. Like, I'm not trying to excuse what he did, but I've listened to his music for a while, and the nigga is talented. He is super talented. He can rap. He could have been one of those ones on the trap side of things. But instead, he pulling shit off like this, and he's not going to be able to live his life anymore. If they convict him, he's done for life. Done. So what is it about new rappers and wanting to live this lifestyle and not wanting to be able to be out to enjoy the money that they've earned from making music or enjoy the fruits of their labor? Like, what's happening to this side of hip hop? Because I'm really confused on why he would want to go to this extreme to be able to get out of a deal. It's all crazy to me, and I know we still have information coming out about this, but I really want to know, was it worth it? Was it worth the trouble? Was it worth the time and the effort to set this whole thing up just to go back into prison and never see the light of day again? You tell me. I don't know. I'm going to put a pin in this, and I'm going to keep tabs on this story, and I'm going to keep y'all updated when new information comes out. Let's get into this Kanye West redemption story that everybody's been talking about on the internet. So it looks like we're having a Kanye comeback, or the Kanye redemption tour, however you want to put it. Let's go over everything that's been going on for this guy that's been a plus or a positive. 2 sold-out shows at SoFi. I never thought that was going to happen, but apparently it did. He's had people like Lauryn Hill come out and perform with him, CeeLo Green's perform with him, even Travis Scott. And we've seen celebrities like Dave Chappelle back in, I think he was at backstage, and Erykah Badu and her daughter was there. So people have been popping up and supporting him, which, if that's what y'all want to do, that's great. Then we have him headlining 3 nights at the Wireless Festival in London, which is the biggest festival there. I didn't think that was going to happen, especially after them having Drake headline all 3 nights last year. I think after seeing what his show at SoFi looks like, it looks like he's going to have just as big of a show there. The tourist money is going to come from everywhere to be able to see Kanye for Wireless. So it looks like he's got another win there. On top of that, debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200. He sold 154,000 his first week. Those are great sales in 2026. Not a lot of people are doing 154. A lot of people barely getting 100. So it looks like the album is a success. Now, has it been well received by a lot of people? Not really. You on one side or the other. You either like the album or you don't like the album. The internet is talking about this because people are saying that Kanye is uncanceled. They're saying that he's good. And I guess maybe that's true because of all the success he's having currently. I guess the Wall Street Journal apology worked. Him sitting in front of the rabbi worked because people are coming out in droves to support this guy. I don't even know how to put this. I don't think that we should be applauding him just yet. I think we should be proceeding with caution when it comes to Kanye right now. For me, I just did a review for his Bully album, which I gave it a solid review. And I was able to separate the artist from the guy or the man, which, that's what they tell us to do these days, right? So I can put my biases aside and say, hey, let me just, the art. I'm going to judge the art, forget all the stuff that he's done here recently. I think in the hip hop community or hip hop culture, we let the talent override all of the controversy. Like, we always are super forgiving if somebody has slaps. And that's where I see this going, or I see what's happening now. We're letting a lot of the shit slide that he did the last 2 years go because this nigga has a decent album. And I don't think that's right. Nothing is ever going to keep me from forgetting this nigga put on a Klansman outfit. I'm sorry. That shit hit me hard because I'm from Alabama. I know what the Klan is about. So seeing somebody put an outfit on that represents a lot of hatred, especially towards black people, and then try to say he's flipping it around, that's bullshit, bruh. I can't get with that kind of shit. And again, separating the artist from the art is what we're supposed to do. I honestly haven't really tried to support Kanye ever since that whole moment happened, but I don't think that we should be giving this nigga a pass. And I might be the only person that feels that way, but I can forgive, nigga. I just can't forget. I can't forget how you sat down with Act and said all of that bullshit that you said, even though people saying he's dropping gems. Nigga, take the fucking Klansman outfit off and speak that shit for real. You get what I'm saying? Why did it take you to put something like that on? Or why did it take you to make a song called Heil Hitler to be able to get your point across? And those 3 nights that people are talking about at Wireless, he's going to headline, Sadiq Khan has already came forward to say, we don't want this. We don't want this nigga here because we know the kind of rhetoric he was putting out there about the Jews. This is real. Go read the article. They don't want him headlining there. Now, are they going to stop it? Probably not, because he's still going to bring a lot of money to London when he performs. But at the end of the day, they're giving him pushback. And that's something that the hip hop culture is not really doing. We let so much shit go because a nigga got slaps. And I'm tired of doing that. I'm tired of saying, yo, man, this music is so good, I can excuse him sleeping with kids. Or I can excuse him calling niggas out. Or I can excuse him talking all of this bullshit about the Jews. Just because he has a decent album, what are we really doing these days? We're supporting a person who consistently flies too close to the sun and burns his wings every time. And it's always the same cycle. He says some wild shit, gets fucking canceled for it. He apologizes, makes an album that sounds halfway decent. We forgive him. It's all good.
They said I'd never be back in the States. 2 sold out concerts, baby.
When are we gonna learn to hold this nigga's feet to the fire? He hasn't even apologized to black folks. That's how cool this shit is. We have literally let this nigga go. He hadn't said anything to the black community about, man, I'm sorry, y'all. I said some wild shit to y'all too. I owe y'all an apology as well. He ain't said shit. He sat in front of a rabbi and did all of that bullshit, and we was just like, man, I think this nigga's genuine this time. What the fuck? What are we doing? And why didn't I get the memo about why we're doing it? I understand that we are very forgiving people. And I understand that when you're talented, we just got to let you shine. But I'm tired of letting shit go. I'm tired of letting this nigga win all the time. And I know what you're going to say. You sound like a hater, bruh. You don't want a rich black man to succeed. Wrong. I do want a rich black man to succeed, but I want him to be able to give back to the community that got him there. See, that's the part that we don't really talk about. Kanye wouldn't be this far without us supporting him. Because remember, he was a nigga that people wasn't really banking on for real. At first, I remember when he first came out and everybody was like, that nigga gay, pink polos, he got his collar up. He was being super fashionable, right? But at the end of the day, we sat up there and we was like, let's just accept him in and let's figure out what's going on. And again, the slaps do help. But I'm not finna sit up here and let so much shit that he's done in hatred ride because of a fucking apology he put in the Wall Street. I don't even read the Wall Street Journal. The fuck? You couldn't put no shit in Essence, nigga? I'm tired of being the butt of this nigga's jokes all the time. And when I say me, I'm saying black people. I'm saying the black side of us want to love him so much, but we excuse too much bullshit from him. And I think it's just time for us to stop doing that. And I know his white fans probably surpass any of the black side of things, period. Because when I look at the crowd at his concerts, they got mosh pits and shit, and I know them white folks. But the major black people like Dave Chappelle and Erykah Badu and all of these other celebrities supporting him, don't y'all know, I don't know if Kanye realizes this or not, but all it's going to take is one more rant for these niggas to detach themselves from you. That's honest to God truth. As soon as this nigga goes on another crazy Jew-filled rant, they're going to leave you alone. And it might be for good this time. Unless you make another album. So I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. You tell me how you feel. Do you think we're too forgiving of Kanye? Do you think Kanye deserves all of the love he's getting so far this year? Do you think he's going to keep a straight and narrow path? What are your thoughts? Because I really want to hear them in the comments. Let me know. That's all the time I got for y'all this week, man. I appreciate you joining me for another episode. If you like what I do, because what I do is not very easy, you can pay me in a comment, you can pay me in a like, but you can support me with a subscription. I really appreciate it. I want to grow this channel bigger than the sun. I will be giving you guys some more content later on this week as well, so make sure you stay tuned and turn them notifications on. Thank you for joining me. I hope y'all have a great week. I love you. Peace out.
She is kind of fucking with my money, but I meant everything I said, and I say it again.